School of Pharmacy, School of Physiotherapy, School of Allied Health Sciences, School of Biomedical Sciences, Mahatma Gandhi Medical Advanced Research Institute, School of Yoga Therapy, School of Music Therapy, Institute of Health Professions Education, State-of-the-art Central Library, Medical Simulation Center, and auditorium facility.
I request the audience to kindly rise to welcome our esteemed dignitaries.
Thank you all. We welcome all the dignitaries.
Good afternoon, everyone. It gives me utmost pleasure to welcome you all to our Institute Day 2024. I am Nilanjana and this is Aditi, and we are today's MCs. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dream." Along with our teachers who have supported us and our administrators, together as an institute, we have worked all year to achieve our goals. To commemorate and celebrate this hard work, we have gathered here today. We glorify the academic dexterity and are happy in felicitating students who have reached great heights in the past year.
I request our Dean, Professor Sitesh Ghosh, to felicitate our Chief Guest, Dr. Manoj Vasant Murekar, and our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Nihar Ranjan Biswas.
Thank you, sir. Kindly raise for our Sbvu anthem that outlines the spirit and values of a university, followed by MGMCRI anthem, Torches of Tomorrow, which vividly captures the essence and beliefs of our institute.
Education gives humility. Humility gives character. From character, one gets wealth. From wealth, one gets righteousness. In righteousness, there is joy.
MGMCRI, our alma mater. You lead us to glory and a shining future.
Evolution of a healer through seasons of spring and winter, up and down the waves of an ocean. You lead us to a grand destination. You're the wind within our sails through sunshine and rain, through days of ecstasy and moments of pain. You're a temple of learning, a noble fortress of healing. Starry-eyed, we reach your portals and realize a dream of laurels. You sow the seeds of wisdom and gentle compassion within the soil of the souls with tireless devotion. You teach us to drive away the pain and sorrow.
Drive away the pain and sorrow.
You turn us into torches for tomorrow.
Torches for tomorrow.
And with a smile we'll serve the sick and weary.
We'll serve the sick and weary.
We'll lead the war on mortal misery.
With the torches for tomorrow.
The flame you kindle with fervor will burn bright and strong forever.
Forever and ever.
Thank you. Please be seated. I request our Director of Health, Hospital and Outreach Services, Sbvu, Professor Nirmal Kumar, a highly accomplished administrator, to deliver the welcome address.
Good afternoon to all ladies and gentlemen assembled here. We are here to commemorate or celebrate Institute Day 2024. Growth of this institute is measured through yardstick of the performance of the faculty members and other employees, progression of the graduates and postgraduates. So when the stakeholders move forward, a step forward, every year when they take a step forward, symbolizes the Institute Day, where you debrief or announce the achievements of the Institute and moments to be cherished by the stakeholders. With that note, first I would like to welcome the chief guest, Dr. Manoj Vasan Murekar, Director, ICMR, National Institute of Epidemiology, Chennai. Welcome you, sir, for being here, for you to share your valuable thoughts to the stakeholders. Welcome you, sir. University's head of the organization, MGMCRI, started as a single unit with 100 graduates per year. Long way, it has traveled a long way, and today what it is, a university that is accredited by the topmost accrediting agencies within the country and by the Ministry of Higher Education, New Delhi. With that standard, I think university plays a significant role in carrying forward all the constituent units of what Sbvu is today. So I would like to welcome our Vice Chancellor, Professor N.R. Biswas. Welcome you, sir. I would like to welcome the Vice President, Research and Innovation, Dr. S.R. Rao, Dr. Anant Krishnan, Dean of Faculties, Dean of Student Affairs, Dr. Karthikeyan, and former Dean and presently the Director of Sea Dreams, Dr. Ravi Shankar, Dean Research, Dr. Reddy. So with all this university constituent heads who are driving force of this organization, I welcome all the members from the university. And with the institute plays an integral role. MGMCRI is interlinked with other constituent units and plays a significant role for education and healthcare in this part of the country and this part of Puducherry. So I would like to welcome our Dean, Dr. Sitish Ghosh, Dean of MGMCRI. Welcome you, sir. I would like to welcome the Vice Principals, Student Affairs, Vice Principal Curriculum, who are the right and left of the Dean in taking forward the functionaries of this institute on day-to-day basis. The faculty members are key to the organization who contribute to the growth of self and growth of the organization. I welcome all the heads of the departments, senior faculty members of MGMCRI who are here. Welcome you all. And with the institute doesn't end without the students playing a significant contributions to the institute directly or indirectly through their performance that brings laurels to the organization. I welcome the graduates, postgraduates, and their proud parents for this Institute Day 2024. And with all this, an integral component of the functions of the university is the administration, without which the university has to, and its constant unit has to move forward in a smooth, functionary way. In that case, I mean, it's need of the hour, and I would like to welcome General Manager Administration, Ms. Asha, for this Institute Day. With that, I welcome all the members of the organization, members of the Institute and SBV for this Institute Day 2024. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for extending a very warm welcome to everyone here. Light signifies the dispelling of darkness and igniting of thought and enlightenment. We commence our event by lighting the lamp of knowledge and wisdom. The dignitaries on the stage have already done it in the lives of thousands of students. I request our dignitaries to light the lamp.
शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिः परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापं सन्ध्यादीपनमोऽस्तु ते ओ दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः ओ दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः आरोग्यं देहि.
Thank you, dignitaries. I request our esteemed Dean, Professor Sitesh Ghose, an experienced gynecologist and an eminent medical educationist, to present the annual report of MGMCRI for April 2023 to March 2024.
Honorable Chief Guest of the Day, Dr. Manoj Vasan Murekar, Director ICMR NI Chennai, esteemed Chancellor of Sri Balaji Vidyapith, Sri M.K. Rajagopalan in absentia, Honorable Vice Chancellor of SBV, Professor Nihar Ranjan Biswas, Registrar SBV, Professor A.R. Srinivasan, Vice President Research and Innovation, Dr. S.R. Rao, my colleague, Director of Health, Hospital and Outreach Services, Professor Nirmal Kumar, Vice Principal of Curriculum, Professor Uma Devi, Vice Principal of Student Affairs, Professor Kannan, Director of the Centers, Dean Academics, Dean Research, Dean Student Affairs, Principal of the Constituent Colleges of SBV, dignitaries and functionaries of the university, eminent HODs and the faculty of various departments of MGMCRI, General Manager Administration, Mrs. Asa Suresh Babu, managerial heads of various departments in administration, proud parents of the award-winning students, people from press and media, and my dear students, a warm welcome and good afternoon. I take great pride to read this annual report of MGMCRI for the period of April 2023 to March 2024 to this august audience. Preamble. MGMCRI, the flagship institute of Sri Balaji Vidyapith, deemed to be university, accredited with A++ in second cycle of assessment NAC, has grown from a college of 100 UG student intake per year with 300 bedded hospital in 2001 to present status with sanctioned seats of 250 undergraduate, 169 postgraduate and super specialty per year with 1328 bedded ultra modern hospital. It also facilitates 25 allied health science courses, 19 PhD programs, 15 executive development programs, and 1 certificate course in critical care. Aligning with the vision of the university, we are working with a mission to bring about innovation in teaching learning process such that graduates of MGMCRI will be unique in obtaining comprehensive medical knowledge and be lifelong learners, to empower our students and faculty so that they are at par with global standards with regards to their competency, professionalism, ethical practice of holistic, compassionate, evidence-based medicine, and as dedicated researcher. To foster academic and research collaboration both nationally and internationally to enable MGMCRI to be an active participant in emerging areas of medicine. Following is a glimpse of our achievements. Curriculum. Undergraduate. Steps have been taken to align the curriculum in line with new competency-based medical education for the undergraduate by NMC. The focus has been changed from effective teaching to effective learning. Over and above, aligning with NMC's role of the Indian medical graduate, we have not only defined our program educational objective and program outcome, but also calculated the program attainment score and course attainment score. The program outcome and course outcome have been mapped. The uniqueness of Sbvu UG medical curriculum is community-based undergraduate program like health appraisal by rapid techniques, popularly known as HEART, which provide experiential learning opportunities for the first-year undergraduate students. Community diagnosis, feasible intervention and testing, CDFIT, mandatory AHA certified BLS, ACLS training. All the interns undergo an exit proficiency test and provided with personalized competency mapping card that shows their preparedness in various domains in comparison with class average and highest. We do have in-house Ganesha Canvas learning management system for content delivery and formative assessment with feedback to the students. PG curriculum. I take pride in stating that the competency-based residency program, which NMC is trying to implement now in all medical colleges, was implemented in 2016 and has taken a concrete shape in last 2 years. We have replaced logbook with e-portfolio for monitoring, mentoring, and evaluating our postgraduate, which the NMC is planning to implement from 2024 onwards. The uniqueness of our competency-based postgraduate program is feedback-based automated competency and EPA grading tool for formative assessment of the postgraduate. We are awaiting NMC approval to start new DM courses in nephrology, neurology, and MD course in emergency medicine in the coming academic year. Besides, we have applied for increase in seats for the ENT, ophthalmology, TBCD, DVL, and psychiatric. Recognition and the accreditation. As a part of quality enhancement, the institute undergoes regular internal and external audits of various academic and administrative processes, which helped our institute to achieve the following recognition and accreditation. Since the time of enrollment into the NIRF in 2018, we have been ranked within 50 among the all medical colleges of India. Our hospital has been accorded NABH full level accreditation, NABH Nursing Excellent, NABL accreditation, Silver Award by Quality Control of India, Golden certification for implementation of Ayushman Bharat standard from QCI and NHA, ISO 21001 certification for the implementation of an education organization management system. MGMCRI is also recognized as MRCP examination center for last 2 years. Students' achievement. Academic. Total number of students studying in MGMCRI is 2003, of which 1,250 are undergraduates and 450 are postgraduate, including super specialty. In addition, we have 302 PhD scholars, both internal and external. The performance of our students during the year 23-24 is very commendable. The overall pass percentage ranges from 79 to 87% for undergraduate, 82 to 90% for the postgraduates, and 100% for the super specialty. Pass percentage in individual subject ranges from 87 to 99%. There were 25 distinctions from first year to final year last year. Co-curricular activity. Besides this, during this period, postgraduates have participated in various co-curricular activities and have received prize for the same. To mention a few, postgraduates from the Department of Community Medicine have received National Level Best Paper Award. Postgraduates from the Department of Surgery, OG, Pathology, Pediatrics have received National Level Best Poster Award. Postgraduates from the Department of the General Medicine and one undergraduate student have won national level quiz competition. Postgraduates from the Department of the Anesthesia have received state level best paper and the poster. Currently, alumni of MGM are excelling in various fields as administrator, leader, and researcher. Extracurricular. Our students have bagged 16 awards at national, regional, and state level competition organized by various institutions. Of that, MGM was winner in 9 events and runners-up in 7. To mention few individual achievements, Miss Geeta M has won first place in aquatic, consists of 25, 50, 100 meters freestyle, 50 meter breaststroke, and the butterfly. In athletics, Miss Dikshana and Miss Laksadevi have secured first place and third place in discus throw, respectively. Faculty progression. During this period, 41 faculty were promoted to various capacity, starting from the assistant professor, associate professor, and professor, which would enhance the quality of service to the institution and to the students in particular. Faculty achievement. Many of our faculty have achieved distinct feat in their professional career during this period. To name a few notable achievements of the faculty, Dr. Nirmal Kumar, Professor ENT, receives FRCS Glasgow. Dr. Palanivel, Professor and Head Respiratory Medicine, received FRCP Glasgow. Dr. Muhammad Hanifa, Professor and the Head, and Dr. Siva Green, Professor, Department of the General Medicine, received FRCP London. Dr. Anand Raj Baidi, Professor, Department of Pathology, has received Feimer Fellowship from the Manipal. Dr. Jyoti Vasudevan and Dr. Divya Bharati, Assistant Professor, Department of Community Medicine, received Best Poster Award at the International Conference. Dr. Prabhavati, Professor, Department of Anatomy, received Best Paper Award at the National Conference. Dr. Soumya S., Professor and Head, Department of Pathology, Dr. Setu Rador, Professor, Department of the OG, Dr. Bhanati, Assistant Professor, Department of Microbiology, Dr. Ramya D, Dr. Hema Malini, Assistant Professors of the Department of Pharmacology, have received Best Poster Award at the national level. Research activity. MGMCRI encourage students and the faculty to undertake research activities. They have access to MGM Advanced Research Institute with state-of-art research facility, Central Interdisciplinary Research Facility, Center for Small Animal Research Training Centers for their research work. At present, we have 40 ongoing faculty projects. Last year, 119 postgraduate projects were completed, and at present 261 postgraduate projects are ongoing. 5 undergraduate students have received ICMR short-term student project during that last year. Total number of clinical trials enrolled to date is 30. So far we have completed 20 trials. 2 ongoing trials are with ICMR Chennai, one for the rabies and other one for the scrub typhus. All are multicentric clinical trials focusing various fields and involving various clinical and paraclinical departments. Publications. During last year, the faculty of MGM have published 306 scientific articles. The majority of them are indexed in Scopus, Web of Science, and PubMed with impact factor as high as 9.2. Faculty of MGM also have credit of publishing many chapters and books in various subjects. Intellectual property right, copyrights. The total number of copyrights applied and registered so far is 80, out of which 11 were in the last year. To mention, copyright on a program for calculating burn percentage, burn index, and fluid requirements by the Department of Surgery has been commercialized. Coming to the patent, the total number of patents registered so far is 42 and granted 24, of which 4 in the last year. 3 technologies transfer have been taken place. Those are rapid response disaster relief medical camp kit, auto inflatable mattress cum stretcher, handle cum intravenous drip stand. To encourage students and faculty in research activities, cash award and merit certificates are issued during SBvu Research Week. Event organized. During this period, department have organized 75 events of various categories like conference, CME, seminars, webinars, student engagement program, and workshop at different levels. To mention few professional development program, POACON by Department of the Orthopedics, Laparoscopic and Endoscopic by the Department of the Surgery, ISOCON by Department of Anesthesia, Live Phonosurgery Workshop by Department of ENT, Quality Management System Training for the Clinical Labs by the Department of Biochemistry, Data Analysis and Interpretation by Department of Community Medicine. Besides Student Enrichment Program, which is very famous in Pondicherry and Tamil Nadu state, MIST by the Department of the Surgery, MGRCOG by Department of OG, Imperio by Department of Medicine, MORE by the Department of Orthopedics. Student Council, we are proud of our students and Student Council who, apart from academics, have good merits in organizing, participating, and winning in various extracurricular activities at different levels. They have organized various events which include societal responsibility activities, commemoration, and religious day-related events, and cultural fest. Notable ones are Ambedkar Jayanti, World Earth Day, World Environment Day, Ethnic Day, World Rose Day with cancer patients, Kids Mini Marathon to create awareness about the Children Helpline and palliative care, Swachhata Hi Seva, Ek Tarik, Ek Ghanta, Ek Saath, Onam, Pongal, Diwali and Holi, dance, pottery and terracotta workshop. Participation in mass demonstration of the common yoga protocol conducted as a part of Yoga Mahotsav 2023 for the celebration of 9th International Day Yoga. Inter-College Sports and Cultural Fest, Spectra 2023. Inter-College Mega Sports Cultural Fest titled Fiesta, Talentia, Ilakya and Creativita. Scientific and Academic Forum. This is a forum of MCRI meant for the furthering academic activities. It conducts regular monthly meetings where faculty and the residents present their scientific work. The academic event hosted included 8 internal meets, 6 guest lectures, 1 special lectures on the event of the Teachers' Day, and 1 Mediquiz. Sri MBKIR annual external oration was delivered by Professor Vikram Matthews, Professor of Hematology and Director of CMC Vellore, and Srimati Rukmani Ammal annual internal oration was given by our Honorable Vice Chancellor of SBV, Professor Nihar Ranjan Biswas. Medical Education Unit, the vibrant Medical Education Unit of MGMCRI has a dynamic role in training faculty in medical education technology, research and publication. It plays a vital element in restructuring and implementing undergraduate and postgraduate curriculum in the CBME pattern as recommended by NMC. 11 members of the unit had been trained in BCME at regional and nodal center. 9 members have undergone ACME and 2 members have fellowship in FAMR. During this period, MU has conducted FDPs on sensitization of new guidelines by NMC for internal assessment and how to identify the progress of snacks and specs, which are integral part of the new curriculum. In association with C-Dreams, faculties were provided hands-on training in the in-house learning management system Canvas and sensitization on the e-portfolio. So far, MU has trained 119 faculty in NMC recognized BCME, 55 faculty and CISP. MU also has conducted workshop on protocol writing, training of young trainers, dissertation writing, and conversion of dissertation into the publication for the postgraduate students. The MU of MGMCRA actively participated in the International Health Professional Education Conference, an interdisciplinary nature conducted by our university in collaboration with AIMS University Malaysia, which was attended by more than 300 delegates. Medical Simulation Center. MGMCRA has a state-of-art medical simulation center. The International Training Center of American Heart Association, attached to the Medical Simulation Center, conduct basic life support, advanced life support, pediatric advanced life support courses for the postgraduate and the CRIs. Last year, 600 participants were trained for BLS, 436 for the ACLS, 22 for PALS. Medical Simulation Center also facilitated conduct for more than 300 classes for the undergraduate medical and nursing students and trained 222 students and faculty on a value-added course of first aids. It has organized 3 faculty development programs of national level, which has been attended by 56 delegates. Very soon they are going to start advanced trauma life support training. Hospital services. MGMCRA is well equipped with a team of highly qualified doctors, nurses, critical care specialists, and technicians to operate the most modern and the complex equipment. A genomic testing facility has been made available recently. Under the transplant program, we have performed total 27 renal transplant, 4 liver transplant, and 3 cornea transplant. The uniqueness of our service is comprehensive care for persons having gender dysphoria through a well-established transgender clinic. Under this program, so far 281 sex reassignment surgery have been performed, and last year alone 39. We also have incorporated music and yoga therapy into the holistic patient care. Infrastructure. MGMCRA is not lagging in the development of infrastructure. The college is equipped with ICT-enabled classroom. Our intensive care units are equipped with essential critical care equipment and cater to the special needs of the critical ill patients. The hospital is equipped with state-of-art equipment to facilitate diagnosis, besides 1,250 general beds and 78 critical beds for the patient care. Hemodialysis unit 21, high-end dialysis unit working for 24 hours into 7. Neonatal ventilators, PUVA phototherapy, chemotherapy unit, biofeedback therapy, sinus endoscopy procedures, and a sleep lab are a part of therapeutic armamentarium. Extension and outreach activities. MGMCRA is sensitive and committed to the welfare of the community. Our institution firmly believes that outreach healthcare programs and extension services covering the underserved regions are a part of societal responsibilities and signify a boon to the community and society at large. In appreciation of our healthcare services, the government of Puducherry has allotted the operation of 3 primary healthcare centers. During this tenure, 87 activities were conducted, which have benefited more than 20,000 individuals, and 15% patients were referred for the tertiary care to the main hospital. Coming to the future plans, students, expansion of Medical Simulation Center with a communication lab, VR, AR-based simulation training to the undergraduate and postgraduate students. Plans are drawn to have an amphitheater, gallery, and ground greening. Shaded paths from the hostel to college and hospital are also in the card. For patient, the institute has a vision to expand its services in super specialties, that is, a full-fledged organ transplant unit, radiation oncology unit, and a super specialty block, besides expansion of critical care services and provision of private beds are ongoing. Accordingly, plans are getting ready for implementation. Hospitals will be working towards improving the quality of care to attain global standard. Coming to research, the focus is on quality research in the emerging field of the medicine. Before I conclude, I must acknowledge that whatever we have achieved and plan to achieve is because of the vision, commitment, and support of the management, perseverance, dedication of the faculty and non-teaching staff. I also acknowledge the contribution of the student community and the Alumni Association for the growth of MGM Serai. I take this opportunity to thank everyone present here. I also wish all the students the very best for their future personal and professional career. I would like to conclude with a quote. Success and unsuccessful people do not vary greatly in their abilities. They vary in their desire to reach the potential. This is by John Maxwell. Thank you. Thank you for patient hearing.
Thank you, sir. I request our Vice Principal Curriculum, Professor Umadevi S., a very humble person who has arranged various new initiatives as a microbiologist to kindle the enthusiasm of students, to now introduce our chief guest.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, head of the department, senior professors and faculty members, proud parents and my dear students, a very good afternoon to all. So I'm so delighted to introduce our chief guest, Dr. Manoj Vasant Murhekar, who has warmly accepted our invitation to join us today in his busy schedule. And Dr. Manoj Vasant is currently the Director of National Institute of Epidemiology, ICMR, Chennai. And he has done his graduation and post-graduation in community medicine from Government Medical College, Nagpur, Maharashtra in 1992. And he is the core faculty for the Epidemiology, Disease Surveillance and Outbreak Investigation module in the Master of Public Health program of ICMR School of Public Health, and is also the course director for the Field Epidemiology Training Program that the Institute has conducted since 2001. And he worked at the Regional Medical Research Center at Port Blair. And Dr. Manoj also worked with the WHO in Western Pacific Regional Office as a consultant and professional staff member in Papua New Guinea and Philippines. And his area of interest in research are infectious disease epidemiology, vaccine preventable diseases, and disease surveillance and outbreak investigations. So he has more than 250 publications in his credit in various national and international journals, and he has received a Major General Sahib Singh Sauki Award of ICMR for his outstanding contribution to the field of viral hepatitis among the tribal population of Andaman and Nicobar in 2001. So with this brief introduction, I invite Chief Guest to honor our awardees and followed by to give the keynote address. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Hard work and dedication always pays off. The students who have won awards today have worked diligently, kept their focus in spite of many hurdles to get here. Today, we are here to commemorate their success. I would like to request our chief guest and our Honorable Vice Chancellor to present the awards. I request the dignitaries on stage to join them. I request the curriculum coordinators of the batches to call out the awardees.
I would like to request Professor Rita R. from the Department of Biochemistry to call out the awardees for the batch of 2022.
A very good afternoon to one and all present here. Excellence is to do a common thing in an uncommon way. It is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. It represents the wise choice of many alternatives. Choice, not chance, determines our destiny. I, Dr. Rita R., MBBS Phase 1 Curriculum Coordinator, take immense pleasure and feel privileged in calling out the names of topper of MBBS Phase 1 22 batch for the subjects Anatomy, Physiology, and Biochemistry. First, I would like to call upon Ms. Sarchita CJ for securing first rank in Physiology and Biochemistry. Pragati MG for securing first rank in anatomy. Ms. Kadaksha P for securing second rank in anatomy and third rank in physiology. Ms. Harinishri S for securing second rank in biochemistry and third rank in anatomy. Mr. Sharan Aditya CS for securing second rank in physiology. Ms. Soumya P for securing third rank in physiology. Ms. Sarvi A for securing third rank in biochemistry. Congratulations to all the toppers and winners of the day. Now I would like to request Professor Manimegalai K, Head of the Department of Pharmacology, MGMCRI, to call out the award winners of MBBS 2022 and 21 batch. Thank you.
Happy afternoon, all of you. I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity. I now call upon the 21 batch, Sri Jati, for scoring first rank in pathology, first rank in pharmacology, and second rank in microbiology. I call upon Sakti Bala for scoring first rank in microbiology and second rank in pathology. Call upon Anish R.J. for scoring first in microbiology. I call upon Neelagandan for scoring second in microbiology and third in pharmacology. Janani Preeti for scoring second in microbiology. Apurva Shivakumar Uma Maheshwari for scoring second in pharmacology. Meenakshi PR for scoring third in microbiology. Now I call upon the 2020 batch students, Sri Devi for scoring first in ENT, third in pathology and third in microbiology. I call upon Shivashri for scoring first in microbiology and second in ENT. I call upon Agnel Vinisha for scoring first in community medicine, third in forensic medicine and toxicology. Charan for scoring first in forensic medicine and toxicology, third in ENT. Harshita for scoring first in community medicine. Reshma for scoring first in ophthalmology. Shubhashri first in pathology. Sangeet Krishna first in microbiology. Vidya Bharati first in pharmacology. Tilaka second in pharmacology and third in ophthalmology. Ovia Ritanya for third in pathology and third in pharmacology. Amal Abdul Hanif for scoring second in community medicine. Bharani Dharan second in community medicine. Sasi Priya second in ophthalmology. Varnika Shri second in ENT. Aishwarya M second in forensic medicine and toxicology. Madheshwaran second in pathology. Riyashni second in microbiology. Aishwarya V third in community medicine. Aryan Goyal third in ophthalmology. Ralph B. Antonio third in pathology. Sai Rachana third in pathology. Thank you. Now I'd like to request Professor A.R. Rajalakshmi, Department of Ophthalmology and Phase 3 Part 1 Curriculum Coordinator, MGMCRA, to call out the award winners of MBBS 2019 batch. Thank you.
Very good afternoon. For the MBBS 2019 batch, the medal winners are Jessica Vigneshwari Ashokan, first in ENT and first in Forensic Medicine and Toxicology. Geetanjali G, first in Community Medicine. Raghav Chitkara, first in Ophthalmology. Madeline Janet X, second in ENT and third in Community Medicine. Ramya PRT, second in Community Medicine. Sabarish G, second in Community Medicine. Rebecca Magdalene Princey B, second in Ophthalmology. Hari Pranav M, second in ENT. Please give them a big hand. Thank you. Soumya A, second in Forensic Medicine and Toxicology. Matangi V, third in Forensic Medicine and Toxicology. Congratulations to all the winners. Now I would like to request Professor Mansi Garg, Phase 3 Part 2 Curriculum Coordinator, to call out the award winners of MBBS 2018 batch. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Calling out the medal winners for batch 2018. First, Ajay Jayaprakash Vastrat for securing first rank in general surgery. Anjali Chauhan for securing first rank in general surgery. Bhavadharini B for securing second rank in general medicine, third rank in general surgery and obstetrics and gynecology. Purnima Jyotika R for securing second rank in general surgery. Abhirami MS for securing third rank in general medicine. Punguri R for securing third rank in pediatrics. Ananya Balaji for securing third rank in pediatrics. Dhanushri GS for securing third rank in pediatrics. Congratulations to all the medal winners. Now I would like to request Professor Swati N, Department of Ophthalmology and PG Curriculum Coordinator, to call out the award winners for 2020 postgraduates. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Let us now recognize those postgraduates
who are high achievers in their chosen specialties. Dr. Ajiba Shabana R., MD Anesthesiology. Dr. Sadvika Khanagat, MD Community Medicine. Dr. Kribakaran R., MS Otorhinolaryngology. Dr. Sanjana Kantar, MS General Surgery. Dr. Pratyusha P., MS Obstetric and Gynecology. Dr. Ganesh Krishnan KR, MS Orthopedics. Dr. Gosi Niveda N., MD Pediatrics. Dr. Bhagya Sakya Mercy A., MD Pharmacology. Dr. Venkata Prasanna Madaneni, MD Respiratory Medicine. Next, those from super specialty, Dr. Thotta Siddhartha, MCH Urology. Dr. Aravind J., DM Cardiology. Those from MSc, Ms. Arogya Mary S., Medical Biochemistry. Ms. Gangam Sai Vaishnavi, Medical Microbiology. Congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am, and congratulations to all the awardees. I request our Professor Ravi Shankar, a former dean and an eminent anesthesiologist, critical care specialist, and director of the Center of Digital Resources, E-Learning and Medical Informatics Sbvu, to announce the Best Outgoing Student and the Best All-Rounder Award for the batch of 2018 of MGMCRI. I request the parent of Best Outgoing Student and the Best All-Rounder to join the student on stage.
Yeah, very good afternoon to all of you. Thanks for giving me this opportunity to announce this. MBBS 2018 batch, Sri MBK Gold Medal winner. He has secured first place in 4 subjects, namely biochemistry, pathology, pharmacology, and otorhinolaryngology. Second place in 2 subjects, namely microbiology, forensic medicine. Third place in physiology and scored highest mark throughout the MBBS course among the 250 students of his batch. We are proud to announce that the best outgoing student of the batch 2018 and Sri MBK Gold Medal awarded to, any guesses? Vignesh GR, The parents of Ignatia can also join him on the stage, please. Again, it's an honor to announce the best all-rounder of 2018 batch. Srimati Rukmani Ammal Gold Medal. She has secured first place. Okay. In otorhinolaryngology, third place in two subjects, namely pharmacology and pediatrics, and also excelled in overall performance in academics, core curricular activities, extracurricular activities like published 2 articles along with clinical departments at Index journals, scientific secretary of the Student Council, volunteer in palliative care, participated in various competitions and secured prizes in the e-poster, participated in national level medical conference of UG students. We are proud to announce that the best all-round student of the batch 2018 and Sri Rukmati Ammal Gold Medal is awarded to Ananya Balaji.
I now request our eminent chief guest, Dr. Manoj Vasant Murekar, who is the director at ICMR, National Institute of Epidemiology, Chennai, to deliver the keynote address.
Thank you. Professor Viswas, Vice Chancellor Sri Balaji Vidyapit, Professor Sitesh, Dean MGMC Research Institute, dignitaries on the dais, senior faculty members, HODs, undergrad and postgraduate students of this medical college, and proud parents. A very good afternoon, and it is indeed a great privilege for me to be here with all of you on the Institute Day 2024. I want to convey my greetings and my best wishes to all of you on the occasion of Institute's Day. I also want to congratulate all the awardees for being recognized for your hard work. I also was very happy to see few male students among all the awardees. Most of them were ladies. When Dr. Sitesh read out this annual report, I was really impressed by certain achievements that he talked about. That included an NIRF ranking of less than 50 for this medical college. This is indeed a great achievement because NIRF ranking is a national level ranking which takes into account not only the student performance but also other components including research activities that is performed by the institute. So congratulations to the Dean, to the VC and all of you. Interdisciplinary research facility that has been established under the leadership of Dr. Rao. So again, congratulations for that. I was also highly impressed to note that 40 faculty and 119 PG research projects are ongoing in this institute. Currently, more than 30 clinical trials are ongoing. And we also were very happy to have a collaboration with this medical college. We have ICMR, National Institute of Epidemiology, is having one collaborative project, one trial on rabies vaccine. And really thank all the collaborators for their support. Last year, this medical college has published 356 publications. This indeed is another achievement. So again, congratulations to all the faculty members, students for their achievement. So when Dr. Sitesh called me and told that, why don't you talk with the students, with the faculty members, mainly about why one should do research. Because I have been working in ICMR Institute where the primary responsibility or job that I have to do or we have to do is to do research. And he told, why don't you talk with the students and faculty members? So I told, I am not going to give a keynote address, but I will discuss with students and faculty members 3 or 4 important questions which probably will encourage somebody to convert to be a researcher. So therefore it is not going to be monologue. I would certainly like some responses from all of you. So now everybody says, right, at least for the undergrad student, that you should do research, you should start your research project or something. Or even especially for young faculty members. So I want to ask you one question as to what is the purpose of doing research? Anybody? There's no correct answer here, but what is the purpose of doing research? Okay, add to your credentials. Any other, to find new information, generate new knowledge. Any other reason, purpose one should do research? Okay. So there are certain, all of you mentioned some important purposes of research, right? One is generating new knowledge. But this new knowledge is for good of society, right? We are doing research or we do research to find out better ways of treating patients or preventing disease. To improve the health of, ultimately to improve the health of people, or, right? So overall, if you see, research is done, or medical research is done for good of people, good of society, improving patient outcomes, reducing mortality. And it is certainly, one should not do research just for the sake of publications. I want to publish a paper and therefore I will do research. That should not be the objective of doing research. The primary purpose of doing research should be improving or doing something good for either society in terms of patients or in terms of prevention and so on. Okay, now second point I am going to talk about what is the role of medical colleges in research. In India, if you see, there are 3 groups of institutes or organizations which are involved in biomedical research. There are people like me and Dr. Lokesh, who is sitting here, who are posted in a ICMR Institute, Indian Council of Medical Research Institute, where their primary purpose is to do research. Then in India, there are a lot of private institutions, not medical colleges, but private hospitals maybe. They are also doing research. But a large chunk of research is done by medical colleges. And medical colleges has, broadly if you see, there are 3 important functions. Medical colleges, because they are tertiary care hospitals, they provide care to the patients. So that is their primary responsibility. They also teach undergrad, postgraduate and super specialty students. So that is their second responsibility. And the third responsibility that has been given to medical college is to do research. And I personally feel medical college is the best place to do research for several reasons. Because we have so many departments, we starting from anatomy, physiology, biochemistry to all the clinical departments we have there in one roof, in one building, right? So one could do a multidisciplinary research if one wants to do. Then we have experienced faculty members. We have professors, we have associate professors, so all experienced people are here. And very importantly, what we have is, we have a huge patient load. Most medical colleges in India have a huge patient load. So all that is required to do research, except maybe funding, is available in the medical college. And therefore I see medical college as the best place to do research. And I also see the role of medical colleges could be twofold. One is, we expect a high-end research by faculty members who are experienced people in their disciplines. So that is the primary role. And what they also are expected to do, the medical college is expected to do, and especially the faculty members, is to create an environment for research, especially for undergrad and postgrad students. So they have two primary responsibilities. They themselves need to do research because of their experience, because of so many patients they see, different type of patient they see. And second thing is, they need to also encourage undergrad, postgraduate students to do research. So, having told about what is the role of medical colleges in research, let us now talk about status of research in medical colleges. And I was searching some literature about that. I came across one paper which was published about a decade back, in 2016, I think, not decade, about 8 years back, by researchers from Sir Gangaram Hospital in Delhi. So what these researchers did was, publications which were there in PubMed during 2005 to 2014, about 10-year publications, by about 600 medical colleges. At that time, there were 600 medical colleges in India. And they analyzed what is the performance of different medical colleges, right? A 10-year period. So what they found was, about 60% of medical colleges did not publish any single paper during the 10-year period in which they had this data. Other important finding they had was, about 25% medical colleges, they publish more than 100 papers every year. And these medical colleges accounted for about 25% medical colleges publish more than 100 papers, and this contributed about 40% of research output of medical colleges. Of course, these are 8 years old findings, right? Things might have changed a lot. But I think there is a lot that can be done by medical colleges. And I really don't want to say that, this is the situation of medical colleges, but if you see the situation of best medical colleges in the country or best research institutes in the country, including ICMR institutes, how do we fare in terms of, there is one index called Schimago index. It's a global index. They rank different institutes based on 3 criteria. Based on the number of publications that you had, based on the innovations that you have done, and the societal impact that you had. So there are 3 important indicators that they use. And all the medical research institutes, or all the research institutes for that matter, globally, they are ranked. All India Institute of Medical Sciences, which is the topmost institute in the country, had a rank of about 300 globally, the global rank of 300. CMC Vellore, which is again best medical colleges in India, had a rank of 700. My institute, National Institute of Epidemiology, had a rank of about 2,500. So this is certainly not the best situation where we are in terms of research. We certainly need to change this situation. And if you try to analyze why this is our situation, why are we so, I mean, if you talk in terms of IT, if you talk in terms of economy, we were once upon a time number 10, now we want to come to number 3, right? Or number 4. But in research, medical research particularly, we are not in the top 5 or top 10, or top 5 at least. Why? Any thoughts? Why are we not in the top 5? Why none of these medical colleges in India is in top 100? We saw All India Institute's rank was 250 or something 2 years back. So why we are not, none of these Indian institutes, Indian medical colleges in top 100 in global ranking? Any thought? Allocation of funds. I think that is a very right point. One important reason could be that if you see our health, our budgetary allocation for health is very minimal. See, if your GDP is 100 rupees, which is not, suppose your GDP is 100 rupees, so only 1.5 rupees you spend on health, right? As a public expenditure. And on research, how much you spend, 9 paisa. If 100 rupees is what your GDP, only 9 paisa is spent on research. And that could be one important reason why our output is not that good. I agree, during COVID time, when COVID pandemic, there was increase in funding for research, especially for research on vaccine. But overall, if you see our health expenditure and expenditure on medical research is low. And we know that you and me we can do very little for that because it is not in our hand. But I must mention here that last year, Indian Council of Medical Research revised its funding allocation for research. So earlier it was one common pool where medical colleges, different institutes in the country as well as ICMR institutes were competing for funds from the same basket. So what last year it was done at ICMR level was, ICMR is one of the main funding agencies for biomedical research in the country. There are others also. So what ICMR did was, they created 2 pools for research funding. One is the extramural pool, which is open for everybody except ICMR Institute. So all medical colleges, any faculty member can apply for this funding. And then they created another pool which is called as intramural funding, which is only available for ICMR institutes. A small amount, but extramural fund, you see, it is much larger amount. And there also earlier, before 2021, I would say, they used to give the amount of money that was given for each project was also very small. But now, in the restructuring, what was done is, they have made 3 types of grants that you means the medical colleges are eligible to apply for. One is called a small grant. And small grant is not that small, it is up to 2 crore rupees. So you could apply for these grants in up to 2 crore rupees. Then there is intermediate level grant, which ranges between 2 to 8 crore rupees. And there is also something called as Center for Advanced Research. See, for example, if some department feels that they could qualify for Center for Advanced Research, they could apply and they could get a grant of about 25 crore rupees. So this has been one small effort from ICMR to increase funding and make it available to appropriate researchers. And also ICMR also has made a stringent criteria to scrutinize the research proposals, so that best research proposals are ultimately funded. Now, this was India's situation, but if you see globally, it is estimated that about 160 billion US dollars are invested on medical research every year. And about 1 million papers are published every year. A huge amount of money is spent. But many people, including, there was an interesting editorial in Lancet, which mentioned that about 85% of the research that is published or that is produced is not efficient. They also say this is a wastage that we are doing. But what I am going to say here is, why was this wastage? There are 4 important reasons why I say this. There is this research, what we are doing is not efficient. We are not achieving the purpose. Initially we talked about purpose. So this research is not achieving the purpose that research is meant for. So let us try to understand these 4 reasons. And if you understand, or if you understand the reason for this non-efficiency or inefficiency, we can certainly improve the quality of research that we would be doing tomorrow. The first problem, any guesses? First problem and first step for research is framing a proper research question. And the main problem happens there. So we often give or do research which is of low priority. The focus, especially for, say, PG student thesis, right? Every PG student has to do thesis. The focus is always to repeat what somebody has already done. See, you see an article, okay, somebody has done, published a paper, and then I want to do same thing here. Is it really required? So that you need to assess. Now, I don't know whether any of you have seen this Medical Shodh Ganga. There is a website which ICMR and NMC, they have worked together with different experts in the country and identify potential topics for postgraduate thesis. If faculty members can encourage students, PG students, and PG students could go and see that website to decide if can I take some of the topics which is listed here, which will have better impact. Other thing I see is how many of the MD theses are published. I also did my MD thesis as a part of my MD, and I really don't want to even see that thesis. I don't have a copy of it because I know how it was done. There's no quality at all there. Right? And the onus now lies on all faculty members to ensure that our students, the PG students, do some better research. Then the second important issue is, if you see this research funding at one end and a disease burden at other end, there is hardly any correlation between. The disease burden pattern is different, the funding is totally different, or the priorities, the diseases for which are priority for funding are different. So there was one important study done in Africa, where they analyzed WHO's budget. This again is about 10-year-old study, and things might have changed. The disease pattern might have changed now. But what they found that about 80% of WHO's money was spent on infectious diseases. About 12% were spent on NCDs, and about 2% were spent on injuries. But if you see the disease burden pattern, it may not be the same. This one, NCDs account for a large proportion of disease burden, both in terms of mortality as well as morbidity. Similarly, there was another important study done to see the GBD, the global burden of disease, and the trials that were done in major journals in America. Again, a very interesting picture. 60% of the trials were on communicable diseases, and only about 30% of the 30% were on maternal, neonatal, and child health, and only 14% were on incidence. But again, the disease burden is totally different. Like the mortality pattern is totally different. NCDs should receive more funding, and since there is more funding for communicable diseases, all of us end up in doing research in communicable diseases. So what needs to be done is your research should align with the global burden of disease or with the burden of disease in that area. Now, one could even start like what are the important causes of death in and around Pondicherry or whatever districts to which you cater to. And then accordingly you can focus your research rather than traditionally doing on diseases like malaria or whatever you do. So align your research based on the disease burden in that area is one area which is often ignored. Then the third reason in the research question is type of research that we do. Most of the time we end up doing descriptive research. Again, there are 4 important types of research. Broadly, we can classify. One is a discovery research, where you are discovering either a drug or a vaccine or a biomarker. And it maybe in Dr. Rao's lab it may happen, but it is not expected to happen generally in most labs. Second type of research is the descriptive research, where we describe a problem. We estimate a disease burden, we estimate the prevalence of disease, what are its risk factors, and so on. The third type of research is development, where we develop, say, a point of care or a therapeutic or even a clinical trial. A phase 3 clinical trial would be a development research. And fourth type of research is a delivery research or implementation research, where we are basically addressing the programmatic bottlenecks to improve the program outputs. Now, if I ask you which type of research will have larger impact, or which type of research will achieve the purpose that we stated to start with, which type of research you would do? Any thought? These 4 type of research you understood, type of research like descriptive research, discovery research, development, and delivery. So which type of research will have larger population impact? Implementation research. How many implementation research studies we undertake? Very minimal. So we should, every medical college should now at least try submitting your application, submitting your proposals in the area of implementation research, and not only on descriptive research. And again, what ICMR has done last year was, they have again changed the funding pattern. Now, the delivery research and descriptive research and delivery research and development research is going to get a larger share. About 60%, 70% of the budget, research budget, is going to be on these 2 topics. So if you are submitting a proposal, try to submit in these two areas than descriptive research or discovery research. And the last point in terms of the research question is, we often don't consider patients, or for that matter clinicians, when we set research agenda. So now imagine your research. All of you have done research. There are 350 publications and over 200 projects that happen. In how many research projects you really talked with your stakeholders? Patients are your stakeholder if it is a clinical research. In how many of your research you really talk what patient feel? This is totally different idea, right? Should we really talk with patient to find out what they need? Because I am a researcher, I know what patient needs, right? But that may not be the story all the time. So there was one important study where they found out relation between research agenda of a research community and research consumer or users of research. And they took an example of osteoarthritis. So what they found, that most of the RCTs on osteoarthritis were for new drug. Okay, so existing drugs are having a lot of side effects and so on. So most of the RCTs, most of the research that is happening was on a new drug. But when they interviewed the patient population, they really were not worried about drugs. They were worried about some other aspects which were never addressed by the research. So the point is, try talking with your stakeholders. Try talking with your patients, if patients are part of your research. Involve clinicians in your research, because most of the time, especially for institutes like ICMR, unless we talk with the clinicians, your research question may not become appropriate. So the second important problem or reason for inefficiency is related with the study design and the methods that we use. Oftentimes, our study design is not appropriate, or sample size is not correct, the sampling methods are not correct. If it is a RCT, we are not really specifying how randomization will happen, how blinding will happen, how allocation concealment will happen, how analysis will be done. All these are not properly taken care, and that's why whatever comes out may not be of very good quality. And what really it requires basically is, this is mainly because of poor training, poor or inadequate training in research methodology. And here again, medical college can play a very important role in training your students, your PG students and UG students in methodology, in research methodology. And another important thing is, whenever you are developing a proposal, always get comments from other peers before it is submitted. Because once you do internal peer review, it is likely that others will identify some of the deficiencies in methods, and you will have a chance to improve your protocol. So this is one more suggestion for that. The third issue is failure to publish promptly. Many times it happens that you might have, for example, yesterday I received a paper for review. This was a immunogenicity for JE vaccine. The study was done approved by their counterpart of CDSCO in 2013, and they are sending for review now. Why do we need so much time for completing study and publication? So there is often a lot of delay once you complete your study and papers are published. And especially if it is a negative finding. Such studies are less likely to be published. Such studies are less likely to be, will be processed. It may be presented as abstract, but it will never be published as a full report. And the reason for not publishing these negative studies is not editors. It is the sponsors or researchers who do not want to publish the study with negative finding. So even if it is a study with negative finding, researchers should basically publish studies with negative finding. Because this what you may be finding, the negative finding may be actual true finding. So, and one thing is timely publication of whatever work you are doing. So there are so many publications, so many journals nowadays available. So I will certainly encourage all the PG students to try publishing your thesis. Discuss with your guides, discuss with your mentors, and if both of you feel that this has enough merit, try publishing it. Otherwise, it lies just in your library. Nobody will really know what you have done. And the last point I want to talk about is whatever we publish, many times it is not complete. We don't give all information. There is of course, there is a pressure. If you try to publish in high-end journal, there is a word limit. They say you should not publish more than 2,000 word. There is a 3,000 word limit. And journals like, they will always ask you to make it a shorter report. And in that bargain, what happens is, very important information is often lost. So, one possible suggestion for that could be publishing in open access, which unfortunately requires a lot of money. So again, the management then need to support the researcher for publishing articles in open journals or open access journals. But what we also every researcher should know is there are standard reporting guidelines for journals, for study protocols, and all of you basically should go through these guidelines. For example, RCTs, there is a consort guideline, which clearly mention starting from what is your inclusion criteria, what should be your objectives. That should be clearly, there is a 25-point checklist. All people or everybody who is doing RCT should know what are these 25 points. And your protocol should adhere to that. And only then the quality of your proposal would increase. So I would end by telling that if you want to be a good researcher, there are 10 important skills that we need to acquire. And it is not necessary that everybody will be efficient in all these 10 skills, but it is good to have at least for some skills, at least some understanding of these skills. The first point in that is both quantitative as well as qualitative methods. See, oftentimes we ignore qualitative methodology or qualitative methods, right? Qualitative methods are equally important, and especially in implementation research, they can be of very valuable, they can provide very valuable information. So I agree, I mean, most of us would be efficient in quantitative methods, but also try to understand at least at least try to have some knowledge of qualitative methods. The second thing is critical appraisal of all articles or research articles. That is the skill that all of you should have, because critical appraisal will tell you or will help you identifying what are the strengths, what are the weaknesses, limitations of each paper, and based on that based on such paper you could develop your future study. So critical appraisal skills are very important. The third point is laboratory skills. See, if I am a clinician, our tendency is that we send the samples to the lab and lab will do something. But understand what lab is doing. If they are doing ELISA and what exactly, which ELISA they are doing. Understanding the concept, principles really help a researcher. So lab skills, nobody is expecting a clinician or researcher to go and work in lab, but understanding what are the principles behind that is very important. Then fourth point is bioethics. We can't really compromise on ethical principles. So all of us, if you are doing research, should know or should have very good understanding of bioethical principles. Now, developing a proposal, getting it funded is one step. But implementing in a quality manner and ensuring data integrity is another important skill that you need to acquire. Again, I think I was talking with Dr. Rao in the morning, and this has been a tendency that once you collect the data, what you do, you send it to a statistician, right? Statistician will analyze for you and then he'll produce the results. Why can't you do that? It's not that difficult, basically. So some skills of data analysis, all of you should be, or all of us for that matter, should be able to at least operate some statistical software. I'm not saying that everybody should learn R, but there are some softwares, for example, AP Info. Anybody can operate it. It's very simple, very user-friendly. You should try to analyze your data, especially PG students. You should try to analyze your data yourself. Then you will understand what the p-value of 0.05 means, what confidence interval means. So that is another skill that all of us need to acquire. Then the next skill is systematic reviews and meta-analysis. Again, I must tell you, it is not very complicated, provided you have proper training on that. And once you before you conceive any protocol or write a proposal for a grant, you must have a thorough review of literature. It is only one journal of all the so many journals that we have, that is Lancet, which asks for research in context. Research in context is basically a summary of evidence before you do a study. No other journal really asks for. But that is the first step of research. What is already known and why you are done this study, or why you are planning to do the study. So good literature review is very important. If you can convert it into a meta-analysis or a systematic review, well and good. Then I agree, we are working in the medical college, but we also need to have some linkages, some dialogue with the program, with the public health programs particularly, I am going to say. And only then we will be able to understand the challenges which they are facing. And same is true with community engagement. Dr. Sitesh talked about different programs you are doing in community. But when you are involving these communities in research, you need to engage them more deeply than just doing certain programs for that. So the skills to engage community in research is very important. And if possible, something on costing and cost effectiveness also is very important, to at least some basic understanding as to what these skills mean and is also very important. So with these words, I would like to close it by conveying my best wishes to all of you. And Dr. Sitesh, basically, when he talked about future plans, he told that one of the future plan for research he mentioned about improving the quality for research. But we need to have some indicator to measure the quality of research, right? So I think one indicator could be, last year 5 MBBS students, UG students got SKS fellowship. If we can say that next year we would double these numbers, that would be one indicator for that. Similarly, we had 356 publications last year. If we can at least, if not double, but at least say that next year's target would be 400, then I think we would, and also have some indicator for measuring the impact factor, like, okay, your impact factor, maximum impact factor was 9. If we can have a publication of impact factor of about 15 next year. So this could be three indicators to measure the quality of our output. I think we would have certainly achieved a lot. Thank you very much, and all the best.
Thank you, sir, for your insight into research. I thank you for the enriching and informative address. I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor and the Dean to honor our chief guest. Thank you, sir. I request Professor Nihar Ranjan Biswas, our Honorable Vice Chancellor and a renowned pharmacologist who is a co-member in the Delhi Society for Promotion of Rational Use of Drugs and is a part of the India WHO program in essential drugs. He has been published in various medical journals for various theses in pharmacology to present the presidential address.
Good afternoon to one and all. Vanakkam, dignitaries on the dais and of the dais, Professor Murekar, Dr. Nirmal, Dr. Ghosh, and Dr. Umadevi. What? I should not tell wrong thing. There are 3 Umadevi. Okay. So, and who are on the dais, Professor A.K., Mr. Rao, Ashaf, to Ravi Shankar, to Lokesh, Kanan, to Phillips, Dr. Rao, and all my dear other esteemed colleagues, students, their parents. On behalf of our Honorable Chancellor, sir, and on my own behalf, I congratulate Professor Sitesh Ghosh Dean MGMRI, Professor Nirmal, Director of Health, Hospital and Outreach Service, Sri Balaji Vidyapit, Professor Umadevi, Vice Principal Curriculum and Professor Kanan, Vice Principal Student Affairs, for excellently organizing this Institute Day 2024. And I am very much indebted to Dr. Manoj Basant Murekar, Director ICMR National Institute Epidemiology, Chennai, for accepting our invitation and delivering the keynote address. You may disagree, it is not keynote, but it's really keynote. And we have given exactly the practical tips how our university developed their research potential. And as you have appreciated that after listening the annual reports that we have potential, and we have appreciated the work by our STEM colleagues, the faculty and the students. And now we are in the transitional phase, like the whole NEP and other thing. It is in the transition phase from the conventional to new education policy. So, and similarly, we are doing from national to international level, and we'll do it at the earliest. And you are an expert in infectious disease as well as a medical researcher, and as you have seen from his talk and his practical tips what he has given to us. And he worked at Port Blair. I was told that in Andaman Nicobar, in the tribal area, particularly on viral hepatitis, as well as you are a WHO consultant in Papua New Guinea and Philippines, and you have done excellent job there. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation. And thank you for your excellent talk. Particularly, I was listening your talk like when I was a student and K. Ganguly was our teacher. And finally he became the DG ICMR. Every bits of doing research and control clinical trial and everything. And it was, I think, well learned and relearned by our faculties and the students. And thank you for your talk, particularly what you told that what is required, the disease burden and the funding is not going hand in hand. I was reading a report by Dr. R. A. Maselkar recently, and what he told that GDP is increased, but that is being taken by the 40 or 50 families of our country. They are becoming rich to richer, and the lower strata, they are becoming poor to poorer. So that is a false belief that we are becoming richer country. It's not like that. So these are all food for thought. Similarly, I found that earlier, I think 0.6% was for the research, the GDP, and now it is reduced, even reduced from that. Yeah, 0.7 to 0.6. Yeah. So these are eye-opener really. And as you told that we have to focus where the need, the requirement as per the local area of the research question. And another, this implement-oriented research. That is also very important, as you have told. Thank you for your encouragement. And as the award ceremony for any university, Institute Day celebration is an exciting occasion. And here SBV is also not an exception. And I congratulate the students who are just now awarded. And I hope and expect that you will keep it up and will go further. And I encourage the others who could not do it this time and will try for the next time. Regarding few words about that, after few years you will be alumni, and keep in touch with your alma mater, and that is an asset, alumni connect, And once you are SBVN, you are always SBVN. And with your work, we should be proud wherever you are in future. To keep in touch with alma mater. And I have all my best wishes for all of you. And the future is yours. The target by 2047, India to be a developed country. And 23 years yet to go, so whatever the deficiency we have, including the research. So we have to be as per the developed country. Then only in the true sense, we can call that we are really a developed country. And the responsibility is yours, and you should be equipped with all knowledge, skill, as well as the research capability, so that, and as a teamwork, if we think we can do, the confidence and the self-reliance is important. If we think that we can do, and we must do. And we should take this responsibility. And now our beloved Chancellor Sir, Mr. M.K. Rajagopalan, the citadel of strength for all over our endeavors, and we gratefully acknowledge that his entire support, encouragement, love and blessings, and we are eagerly waiting to listen his address of wisdom. Thank you again for inviting me to deliver presidential address. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It's not about how much we give, but about how much love we put into giving. Mother Teresa once said, and our Chancellor, Sri M.K. Rajagopalan, is a great philanthropist who lives by these words. He is a charismatic leader and is highly committed to providing world-class health services to the underprivileged and marginalized sections of the society. I request Mrs. Asha Suresh Babu, General Manager Admin, Sbvu, to kindly read out our Chancellor's message.
It's an honor and I feel privileged to part of this wonderful event and to read our respected Chancellor's message. Greetings to the distinguished Director ICMR Chennai and the members of Sbvu fraternity, students and their proud parents. As we gather to commemorate the Institute Day, I am reminded of the immense dedication, compassion and tireless efforts that each one of you have contributed to our institution. Today, we celebrate not only our achievements but also celebrate the collective spirit that propels us toward further excellence in the realms of healthcare, education and research. Our journey has been marked by milestones that reflect our commitment to fostering innovation and patronizing a culture of learning and growth. It is your unwavering dedication and commitment that have enabled us to take forward, making a significant impact on the lives of the sick and the weary. As we look ahead, let us continue to uphold the values of integrity, empathy, and professionalism that define us. Let us seize each opportunity to create and upload a positive difference, inspire others, and nurture a legacy of excellence that will endure for generations to come. Wishing you all a joyous and inspiring Institute Day. Thank you for your relentless zeal and commitment to our noble mission. You are certainly the torches for tomorrow. Let well-being prevail. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. As our splendid gathering comes to an end, I would like to request our Vice Principal Student Affairs, Professor Kannan R., a general surgeon who is a great support and provider who aids us in all our endeavors to give the vote of thanks.
Namaskar, Vanakkam, Bonsoir. I, Dr. R. Kannan, Professor of Department of Surgery and Vice Principal of Student Affairs, delighted to stand before you to propose a heartfelt vote of thanks to one and all for the Institute Day 2024. Throughout the year, our students have consistently demonstrated their unwavering commitment, exceptional talent, and boundless enthusiasm in all aspects of their academic and extracurricular pursuits. We are very truly proud of the outstanding work our students have accomplished throughout this year, and we commend them for their tireless efforts, their unwavering spirit, and their inexplicable commitment to their personal and academic growth. First of all, a sincere thanks to the Honorable Chancellor, Sri M.K. Rajagopalan sir, a visionary leader who always dreamt this institution has to be the best among all the medical colleges, for his constant support and sharing his important message to the students. Thanks to Asha Suresh Babu ma'am, GM admin of Sbvu, for reading out the message. A heartfelt thanks to the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Niharanjan Biswas sir, for gracing us with his presence throughout the meeting and giving an exemplary presidential message to the students and to the parents and to the guardians. Thanks a lot, sir. Our earnest thanks to the chief guest, Dr. Manoj Vasant Murekar, the director of ICMR National Institute of Epidemiology, Chennai, for accepting our invite in spite of his busy schedule and for being here to felicitate our students. Thank you, sir, for sharing your thoughts and with the audience. And it was, in fact, an honor to have you, sir, and listen to your keynote address about research. A sincere thanks to Registrar Sir of Sbvu, Professor Rao Sir, Vice President Research and Innovations, Professor Anandakrishnan Sir, Dean of Faculty, Professor K.S. Reddy Sir, Dean of Research, Professor Nirmal Kumar, Director of Hospital Health Services, Ms. Asha Suresh Babu ma'am of GM Admin Sbvu, Professor Ravi Shankar, Director E-Learning, and all the other Sbvu officials, heads of all constituent colleges, heads of the departments, and all faculty who have gathered here to encourage the students. Again, a sincere thanks to a good friend, Dr. Lokesh, who was the former head of the Department of Medicine of MGMCRI, and right now scientist at the National Institute of Epidemiology, for coordinating the visit and being with the chief guest throughout the day, and also he's always been a well-wisher for the institute. The students who had obtained the academic prizes has always been on the frontline soldiers of our institute, and they are the torches of tomorrow, which is the motto of our institute. All the other students who are watching this program in the other respective halls would also get motivated by this occasion, and we wish that they would join us in large numbers in the upcoming Institute Day celebrations and doing a lot of research in the years to come. We wish, on behalf of the Institute, a good luck for all their future endeavors and for their research. The receivers of the academic prizes have put in a lot of effort, and they have been rewarded for their holistic approach to their respective subjects, and they have excelled. They deserve an amplifying round of applause for the hard work they have put in the curricular, co-curricular, and extracurricular activities. And let's give a special mention to Dr. Vignesh for obtaining the Best Outgoing Student, and Dr. Ananya Balaji for the Best All-Rounder of the year 2018. To the parents and families of our students, thank you, people, for entrusting us with the education and the development of your loved ones. Your support and encouragement means a big world to us. A sincere thanks to all the committee conveners and faculty members, especially Professor Padmavati, Dr. Jo, Dr. Valentina, Professor Uma Narayanamurthy, and other senior faculties for guiding the organizing team. A heartfelt thanks to those who have been a part of this Institute Day celebrations and who helped beyond their comfort zone to make this program a successful one. The Dean of his staff, who have always been dedicated and take up any responsibility as if it is their own family function. Thanks to Ms. Susan, Dean's Secretary, Ms. Chitra, academic officers, and other senior and junior executives like Mr. John, Mr. Madhyaragan, Ms. Surya, Ms. Vidyashree, Ms. Vatsala, for making this occasion a memorable one. The students of 2021 batch, the official student council, who are looking pretty and smart, who are the last mile connectivity for this program, thanks for your efforts. A special efforts thanks to the IT team and MI team who are present here on the site, and they are working back end to make this event a memorable one, and who are helping us for the live streaming of the occasion so that the students and parents can go back and cherish this event. I would like to thank the lecturer in charge, Mr. Kalidas, and his team for the smooth functioning of the event without any hitch. And we would like to thank the housekeeping in charge and the security team for their involvement and contribution. And a special thanks to Ms. Aditi and Ms. Nilanjana for taking through this entire function with their eloquent and assertive speech. Thank you to everybody.
Thank you, sir. I request everyone to kindly raise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
I request the audience to kindly remain seated until the dignitaries leave the hall. Kindly join us for the high tea served outside. Thank you.